Let's check out the chilling footage of people who stumbled upon strange creatures in deep woods and had the most terrifying encounters while camping.
Oh, frick!
During a late-night camping trip, a YouTuber traveled to a remote village that locals had quietly nicknamed the Village of the Forgotten. Curious about the stories, he set up his camera and explored after dark. Not long after, faint screams and distant cries echoed through the area, breaking the silence.
All the time, as well as...
At one moment, he paused, convinced a voice had called his name from somewhere nearby. Footsteps later approached his tent. And a strange weight pressed over him, pinning him down so he couldn't move. The recording ended with him lying still. And honestly, that's where the mystery only gets stranger. Silent forest stalker. A quiet moment around a campsite turned unsettling while a man filmed himself alone at night. He calmly poured water beside his tent, then suddenly glanced to his side and froze. Standing nearby was a dark figure with a pale face, completely still and facing him. The shape showed no movement at all, which made the scene feel unusually tense. Without waiting any longer, he grabbed his things and rushed away from the area, not even daring to look back once. Pale figure watch. A solo camper documented her peaceful forest trip, unaware that the recording would capture something unsettling. She heard a strange noise and walked off with a torch to investigate, placing the camera on the ground. During her absence, a pale figure slowly appeared from the bushes in the background before slipping away. When she returned, hurried footsteps echoed nearby, as if something had just fled. Disturbed but curious, she continued deeper into the forest with her camera, searching for the source of the sounds. Moments later, the same figure appeared again, carefully hiding behind thick branches while watching her movements. The recording suddenly cut off, and no one really knows what happened after that. Doglike observer. Two campers were out in the woods when they spotted something unusual. A dark, dog-like figure was standing on two legs, staring at them with glowing eyes. Its body was covered in dark hair, and it moved slowly, almost as if it was trying to stay hidden while staying calm. When they shined their torchlight on it, the creature didn't run immediately, but seemed aware of them. The campers couldn't identify it for sure, and the encounter left them wondering what exactly had been watching them from the trees. Crawling jungle cryptid. While cruising near a dense jungle, a group of friends suddenly had to slam on the brakes. In a small clearing, a strange figure was staring straight at them, its gaze almost pleading.
Buddy, how you doing? Oh.
At first, they thought it was human, but the closer they looked, the more it screamed cryptid. The creature started crawling toward the car, moving unnaturally and fast. Panicked, the friends didn't hesitate. They hit the gas and tore out of the jungle, questions swirling about what they had just seen.
This guy's crawling at me like it's goddamn... What's up, dude?
Abandoned building horror. Curiosity got the better of this guy when he wandered into an old, abandoned building, and he instantly realized some places aren't meant to be explored. On the dusty floor, a pale, creepy creature crawled toward him, its movements oddly deliberate. It paused for a moment, almost like it was sizing him up, before inching closer. Luckily, he reacted fast and bolted out of there just in time. Even now, thinking about it gives chills, because no one really knows what that thing would have done if he hadn't. Trail elongated creature. Nighttime trail cam footage can be full of surprises, but this one took things to another level. At first, everything seemed normal, until a pale, elongated creature slowly crawled into view. Its movements were eerily calm, yet its shape didn't resemble anything human. Locals who saw the footage were instantly on edge, realizing this wasn't a normal animal. The mysterious figure vanished into the darkness, sparking an unsettling question. What else could be silently roaming these woods at night? Tent night horror. Late one night, a camper sat inside his tent when loud sounds echoed through the forest, resembling distant screaming. Unsure of what caused it, he waited until morning before checking the area. Among the trees, he noticed a tall, faint figure moving slowly in the distance, its shape unclear and difficult to identify.
Over there, look, over there. Do you see that?
He tried to dismiss it and prepared to leave later that evening. While walking away, the same unsettling noise returned, followed by the feeling that something rushed toward him from behind. He quickly left the area, deciding the trip had already lasted long enough. Roadside creepy creature. On his way home from a camping trip late at night, a man spotted something strange by the side of the road. At first, it looked like a person, but the way it moved didn't feel right at all. Its arms were bent in weird angles, and its steps were oddly slow, even though it had normal human feet. As it started walking toward his car, he felt a jolt of panic. Without thinking twice, he sped off, still wondering what on earth he had just seen in the darkness. Sudden woodland terror. At the edge of the woods, a man suddenly froze. Something was watching him. A cryptid, covered in dark hair and moving with unsettling speed, started crawling toward him, its movements full of tension and purpose. Every step it took made it clear he wasn't welcome, yet there was something almost calculating in the way it approached. Panicked, he stumbled backward and dropped his camera, the only proof of what had just happened. Whatever it was, it vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving the forest silent once again.
Oh, frick!
Swamp perched figure. While exploring a forest, a man noticed something odd near a swamp. A small, strange figure was perched on a fallen tree above the water, and its face looked almost human in a way that made him freeze. He quickly filmed it, but before he could get closer, it suddenly jumped into the water and disappeared. After that, the whole hike just felt different. He kept replaying the moment in his head, wondering what on earth he had actually seen. Upright wolf sighting. One video shared online showed a witness filming a tall, wolf-like figure moving through an open area. The creature walked upright on two legs, its long limbs and pointed ears clearly visible in the frame. Its controlled steps looked unusual for any known animal. The person recording sounded shaken while keeping distance. The brief footage showed a posture and motion that felt strangely deliberate, giving the encounter an unsettling sense of realism. Horned field horror. You won't believe what this farmer stumbled upon in the night. While heading back to his little shed, he noticed strange movements nearby and decided to grab his camera. Right there, in the dim light, a tall, black figure stood upright, horns jutting sharply from its head. It froze for a tense moment, then let out a terrifying scream that echoed through the fields. The farmer nearly dropped his phone in shock. Whatever this thing was, it clearly wasn't normal. That night, the farmer learned some legends might just be real. Hidden zoo monster. This guy was checking out a Romanian zoo when he accidentally found a hidden section that wasn't on any map. Inside, a human-like creature was gripping the cage bars, looking furious, like it wanted out badly. Bystanders warned him not to get too close. Hinting it could be far more dangerous than expected. He recorded the encounter, and the footage blew up online. People debated endlessly about what it was, sparking wild theories about secrets being kept away from the public. Shadowy trail mystery. A family went on a calm hike through a quiet trail, enjoying the day together. Suddenly, one of the children noticed something unusual peeking from the trees nearby. Curious and a little nervous, they grabbed their camera to see more clearly. The footage revealed a large, shadowy figure moving slowly between the branches. Its size and shape were strange, and the family just stood there, staring at each other, trying to figure out what they had witnessed. Because whatever it was, it didn't feel normal at all. Midnight forest scream. While camping deep in the woods, a man was woken by a strange scream around 2 a.m. It sounded like a person, but the noise moved through the trees faster than any animal he knew. Some said it might be a cryptid or a skinwalker. As he shone his flashlight, distant eyes reflected the light, making him freeze. The sound kept coming, and he couldn't figure out what it was. Black hairy stalker. While walking his dog near the edge of a forest, a man suddenly noticed something strange. A huge, black, hairy figure stood perfectly still, staring straight at him. For a few seconds, neither of them moved. Then it slowly turned and walked away with a calm, heavy stride. The size, the posture, the silence. It didn't look like a person, and definitely not like a prank. He stood there holding the leash, thinking, was that really something like Bigfoot? Or did he just witness something no one would believe? Treehouse red figure. A man was camping alone in a treehouse deep in the forest when strange noises woke him around midnight. At first, he thought it was an animal, but the sounds grew louder, a mix of crying and laughter that made his stomach tighten. He grabbed his flashlight and pointed it toward the ground, freezing at what he saw. A figure in red moved slowly through the trees, walking in a strange, unsettling way while making those same eerie sounds. The sight left him tense, unsure what was really out there. Car circled intruder. One night, a camper had parked his car near the forest when a large figure appeared nearby. It moved slowly around the vehicle, keeping low and careful with each step. Its size made it hard to tell exactly what it was, and it didn't look like any normal animal. After circling the car a few times, the figure quietly disappeared into the darkness. Was it a cryptid or a dogman? What do you think? Wolf shadow leap. While camping alone, a girl noticed a strange wolf-like figure moving in the shadows. Its eyes glowed brightly, and its legs were unnaturally thin. Making its movements look completely wrong for any normal animal. For a moment it froze, then leapt toward her, but stopped short and ran off into the darkness. Even from a distance, she felt like it called her name.
Tyler.
That brief encounter left her disturbed long after the creature disappeared. Daytime farm creature. During a routine check of his farm in broad daylight, a farmer spotted an unusual creature near the edge of his field. It had black fur and stood on two legs, staring straight at him without moving. Its face looked oddly human, yet unmistakably animal, creating an unsettling contrast. The farmer quickly grabbed his camera and managed to capture the moment. Even in the bright sun, the figure felt completely out of place, and the farm didn't feel the same after that. Police forest glimpse. While patrolling a forest at night, a police officer noticed movement near a thick patch of bushes. A pale figure with a disturbingly unusual face and strange, staring eyes appeared briefly, glancing around before sprinting back into the trees. The officer quickly filmed the fleeting glimpse, unable to believe what had just happened. Even in the dim light, the creature's appearance was unsettling and unlike anything he had seen before, making the forest feel strangely alive long after it disappeared. Fur-covered stalker. During a daytime camping trip in Japan, two people noticed a large humanoid figure moving slowly behind the trees. Its body was covered in thick fur, and its movements seemed deliberate but calm. They tried to film it as it walked, but the creature suddenly turned and stared directly at them. Frightened, they dropped the camera and ran from the area. Even after escaping, the image of the fur-covered figure stayed in their minds, making the peaceful forest feel unexpectedly tense. Mountain wolf encounter. After his car broke down in the mountains, a man waited beside the road when something suddenly crossed in front of his vehicle. At first glance, it looked like a wolf, but its movement felt unusual enough to catch his attention. Curious, he stepped closer to investigate, filming as he moved forward. The creature appeared again with glowing eyes staring straight at him, then vanished without warning. The empty space where it had stood made the moment feel strangely unreal. Foggy-winged watcher. In a forest in Indiana, A witness recorded a tall, winged figure standing near a foggy roadside. The dark shape appeared humanoid, with large wings spread behind it and bright red eyes visible through the mist. The figure did not rush or hide, simply watching the open ground without moving. The stillness around it made the moment feel oddly unreal. The brief sighting reminded many of the well-known Mothman descriptions. The fog swallowed the figure quickly, making the encounter feel strangely brief and hard to explain. Forestry giant. A video recorded in 2009 showed a massive humanoid figure moving between tall trees in a forest. From a distance, its shape almost blended in, making it look like one of the trees had started walking. The figure slowly shifted position and continued forward with heavy, deliberate movement before disappearing deeper into the woods. The scale of the figure compared to the surrounding trees made the moment feel unusually strange to watch. Daylight Bigfoot glimpse. During a family road trip near a forest, the driver suddenly slammed the brakes after spotting a large figure crossing ahead of the car. Covered in thick black fur, the humanoid walked upright on two legs before noticing the vehicle. The moment it looked toward them, it quickly turned and ran back into the trees. The short glimpse happened in clear daylight, and the shape of the figure remained easy to see even after it disappeared into the forest. Crawling road creature. Something unexpected happened during a quiet drive beside a dense jungle road. A man cruising through the area suddenly noticed a cow frozen in place, refusing to move even though nothing obvious blocked its path. Curious, he began recording, and moments later, the reason appeared. Crawling slowly ahead was a strange figure shaped like a human, but moving unnaturally along the ground. The unsettling moment quickly turned into viral footage after he posted it online. Viewers everywhere debated what they were seeing, with many calling it a skinwalker. Even after massive attention, the mysterious figure vanished without leaving a single trace behind. Sprint front car. Driving home from a camping trip through the forest, a man suddenly saw a figure sprinting straight toward his car. The person ran at full speed before collapsing directly in front of the vehicle. Startled, he slowed down, trying to understand what he had just seen. Moments later, a deer stood in the same spot where the figure had fallen. The sudden change left him confused, replaying the scene again and again as he continued driving through the dark road. Yosemite strange figures. In Yosemite, a security camera captured two figures moving slowly across a clearing. One was noticeably smaller than the other, and both had unusual shapes that drew attention immediately. Their feet were clearly visible, and at least one seemed to have a thin, web-like material stretching from the knees to the upper body. The movements were deliberate, but awkward, unlike anything normally seen in the area. The brief clip left an eerie sense that something unusual had passed through the otherwise quiet forest that day. Alien-like humanoid. A routine jungle walk turned completely surreal for this man when he spotted a pale figure standing motionless ahead. Its massive head, pitch black almond eyes, and unnaturally thin body gave it an eerie, otherworldly look. Shocked but curious, he grabbed his camera and recorded every second. The footage quickly spread online, with viewers speculating it was an alien visitor. Even though it seemed calm and harmless, the mysterious figure disappeared soon after, and everyone was left wondering what they had just witnessed. Tiny, humanoid glimpse. So this woman was wandering through the forest when she noticed something moving in the trees. At first, she thought it was just an animal, but then a tiny humanoid peeked out at her. Its long head and glowing eyes in the dark gave her chills. She grabbed her phone and started recording. People online were quick to call it a fairy, but honestly, it didn't feel magical. It felt off. And then, just like that, it disappeared before she could even blink. Tailclaw stalker. Walking alone on a chilly evening turned seriously weird for this guy. He stumbled upon a humanoid figure that at first looked like a woman with long hair, but the closer he got, the more unsettling it became. The creature had a long tail and razor-sharp nails that glinted in the dim light. Shocked, he filmed everything and uploaded it online, where it instantly went viral. People debated whether it was a cryptid or some unknown entity, but whatever it was, it vanished before anyone could figure it out. Shadowed winged creature. On his way home, this guy noticed a strange figure hunched in the shadows, moving in a way that didn't look normal. He zoomed in with his phone and realized the creature had tiny wings sprouting from its back, like something straight out of a gothic story. Could it be a gargoyle, the kind said to ward off evil spirits? He filmed it all, and after it suddenly leapt away, he was left questioning if some legends might actually walk among us. Glowing eyes creature. This guy was just trying to enjoy a quiet camping trip when things got seriously creepy. The trees around him started moving, like something was hiding behind them. He looked closer and froze. A figure with glowing red eyes was peering straight at him. Feeling scared, he pulled out his camera and recorded everything. The video went online, and people couldn't stop talking about it. But whatever that thing was, it melted back into the darkness, and he couldn't stop wondering if he'd really seen it at all. Construction site mystery. While taking a quick break at a busy construction site, a group of guys noticed something that immediately made them stop in their tracks. A strange creature was crawling across the area, moving in a way that didn't feel natural, almost like it had its own agenda. It paused right in front of them for a tense moment before disappearing into the machinery and shadows. The men couldn't shake the feeling that they'd just glimpsed something completely out of the ordinary. Jungle Tiny Observer. These explorers thought they were in for a normal jungle hike, but things quickly got weird. Peeking from behind a broken branch was a tiny humanoid, its wide eyes staring at them like it wasn't sure whether to be scared or playful. One brave explorer stepped closer, curious to see more. But before anyone could react, the little figure disappeared completely. For a moment, the group just stood in stunned silence, trying to process whether they'd really seen a living creature or something else entirely. Asylum four-limbed. Exploring an abandoned asylum in New Jersey sounded thrilling for this group of urban adventurers, until things got seriously unsettling. The place was rumored to be haunted, but nothing prepared them for what actually appeared. A pale, four-legged creature sprinting out of the lobby with a chilling screech. They scrambled for the exit, feeling terrified. Once outside, the air felt heavier, and even though they were safe, the strange encounter made them question if some parts of the asylum are better left untouched forever. Motionless, hairy giant. While hiking through a quiet trail, a guy suddenly froze when he spotted something enormous ahead. A massive, hairy creature stood perfectly still, its dark fur covering a towering frame unlike anything he'd ever seen. The weirdest part? It didn't make a sound, and there were no tracks around it. The ground had been cleared just moments earlier. He watched in tense silence as the creature stayed motionless for what felt like forever, then vanished into the woods, leaving him questioning whether he'd actually seen it or imagined the whole thing. Yoga Woods Watcher. A simple outdoor workout turned creepy in a way this girl never expected. She had been filming her yoga routine near the woods, completely unaware of anything unusual around her. Later at home, while replaying the footage, she noticed two glowing eyes staring from the darkness behind her. A four-legged shape could be seen watching silently, almost blending into the shadows. Realizing how close she had been to something unseen made the peaceful moment feel far more unsettling afterward. Camp tent attack. Setting up camp on his own property felt completely safe for this adventurer, at least at first. Before stepping back to his house, he left a camera running near the campsite just in case. That choice turned out to be crucial. The footage later revealed a massive Sasquatch-like figure charging into camp, smashing through the tent with a huge branch like it weighed nothing. In less than 10 seconds, everything was destroyed, making it clear something out there wanted the area completely alone. Motionless, pale discovery. During what seemed like an ordinary hike, a man stumbled upon something lying motionless on the ground that instantly felt wrong. The figure looked human-like, but had an unusually large, pale head. He recorded the discovery, and the clip spread rapidly online. Not long after, the video suddenly disappeared, reportedly taken down by authorities. That unexpected removal only fueled speculation, making people wonder if the encounter involved something not meant for public eyes, possibly connected to a landing that happened somewhere it wasn't supposed to. Bridge creature sighting. Late at night, a quiet walk near the woods took a terrifying turn for this man. He heard odd sounds echoing from beneath a nearby bridge and decided to check it out. As he approached, he spotted a twisted, bent creature crouched near the rocks. The figure suddenly seemed aware of him, sending instant fear through his body. He didn't wait to understand it. He ran straight back toward safety, unable to shake the feeling that something unnatural had been watching him all along. Abandoned figures threat. Exploring abandoned places sounded exciting for this group of friends, until the atmosphere suddenly changed. They noticed several pale, human-like figures moving strangely nearby. Slowly getting closer in a way that felt threatening. Instinct kicked in, and the men grabbed sticks, lighting them on fire to keep some distance between themselves and the creatures. Realizing the situation could turn dangerous at any moment, they backed away carefully and left the location, knowing curiosity sometimes isn't worth the risk. Daylight jungle stalker. A normal daytime camping trip in the jungle suddenly turned unforgettable for this group of young men. While sitting near their camp and talking, they noticed a massive figure moving between the trees in broad daylight. At first, they thought it was a bear, but then it stood upright and walked on two legs.
I can't see it. Can you see it? I don't see anything. Oh, look at the size of that thing! Dude, that's not a bear.
The creature moved quietly through the brush before disappearing behind thick vegetation. Even under the bright sun, the encounter felt unreal, becoming the moment they kept replaying long after leaving the jungle. Elusive forest monster. A clip making rounds online shows something that instantly caught people off guard. Near a tree, a massive furry creature sat calmly, almost like it was resting after a long walk. Everything seemed peaceful until it suddenly noticed the man filming. The moment their eyes met, the creature quickly moved away, sending the cameraman into panic. The sight reminded many of the legendary Bigfoot stories told for generations, making this brief encounter feel like folklore, stepping unexpectedly into the modern world. Crawling dark cryptid.
Seriously, look how big it is. I don't think it is a human. I think it's a Sasquatch.
Deep in the Provo woods, something has been silently spotted by those brave enough to venture there. Witnesses describe a massive hairy creature moving just beyond the tree line, tall and powerful, yet strangely elusive.
Can't just see something that's maybe a once-in-a-century discovery and go do your 9-to-5 job. You got to go look for fur or footprints or some kind of evidence.
Every sighting adds another layer to the legend, as if the forest itself is hiding secrets it doesn't want revealed. The creature slips through shadows, leaving only fleeting glimpses behind, making you wonder, how long has it been out there, watching quietly, just beyond the reach of human eyes? And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. A security camera on a shed caught an unusual figure moving near the property. It had long, thin legs and arms that bent in odd ways, almost like a spider crawling upright. Dogs in the area barked loudly, clearly unsettled by the presence. After a few moments of standing still, the figure suddenly ran off into the darkness. The brief glimpse left the area feeling tense, and the strange movements of the humanoid lingered in the footage long after it disappeared. With that, see you next time.